Good morning, once again, viewers. Today is another beautiful day. It's actually a few days after Ghana's tragic exit from the Afcon 2023, which is actually played in 2024. And I know there are a lot of thoughts on people's mind. You watch the footages of even our journalists wanting to strangle the players. You check. I don't know if there is mutiny in the camp. The sacking of our coach that we just heard last night. I missed a whole lot of issues, budgets that the team, the whole nation is not privy to, with a whole lot of issues. Ghana having to go to 12, in fact, three competitions, 12 matches, two wins. And if you check this, and this people are saying this is the worst Black Stars ever, with the worst coach ever, with the worst captain ever, with the worst FA president ever. But I know there are a lot of thoughts of people's mind, and you are waiting to hear what Sports 101 has to offer. So today I'm here with Kofi Asiedu. First of all, we want to evaluate what has gone wrong. In fact, there are people who are saying we have been cursed. Some are saying it is the coach. Some are saying it has to do with the management committee. Some are saying the players are just not up to it. And some are also saying it's a combination of all of these. So we are here to do a complete retrospect analysis of whatever that has happened in this short minute or in this short moment that we are coming to talk about. So Kofi Asiedu is here. I want to hear from him. What is wrong with us?
Did you say we have been cursed?
That is what
Well,
opinions of some people.
I don't think that anybody has cursed anybody. I don't think that anybody has the time to curse the Ghana Black Stars. We are a curse unto ourselves. I don't want to sound like somebody in the Old Testament, but we have become a curse to ourselves. Listen, we we are faced with a strange Black Stars, and the truth of the matter is that these are circumstances we've never seen before. I'll tell
Never.
you why we've never seen these circumstances before. One, to build any successful team, you need individuals who have that level of chemistry. You understand? And in the past, what we did was that we were conscious about the progress of our players. So we would groom them from the under 17 level, we would probably graduate them to the under 20 level, we'll graduate them to the Meteors level, and then we'll phase them into the Black Stars. So what happens
Even started
unconsciously?
from the secondary school.
Exactly. So what happened unconsciously was that there was some level of bonding, there was some level of chemistry between those players, and now you look at the caliber of players that we have in the Black Stars, you look at the complexion of the Black Stars team today, you look at the players that we have called to represent the country, there is seemingly no connection between all of them. You understand? I mean, in the past, and people have talked about the Asamoah Stephen Appiah, Michael Essien, Sule Muntari era. You understand? I mean, what people fail to understand is that in that era, you had Sule Muntari, Michael Essien, Asamoah virtually know each other from their days playing in the Ghana local league, and then they had to play in some of the age competitions. So there was that level of bonding, there was that level of chemistry. But you see, the issues today, there are a myriad of issues, and I am happy that we are falling this low, because we cannot tackle the issues if we keep giving ourselves a lot of false hope. We have dwelt on a lot of false hope. We have assumed that things were right even when they were not right, and we have we have garnered that assumption that, oh, okay, we can do things cosmetically and then try to repair the issues with the Black Stars. The issues with the Black Stars are simple. One, there is a grand disconnect between the Black Stars and the people of Ghana.
Of course.
And you see, people will tell you that people who believe in a lot of metaphysics and a lot of religious inclinations will tell you that there is a direct correlation between having the spirit of the people behind you and then merging that spirit with that spirit of the Black Stars. You understand? Or the national team. So there's that grand disconnect. Number two, there is no mutual respect between one, the players, and the administrative body. I will tell you some of the things that have happened in the Black Stars camp, and it will shock you. And I'm telling you that in the coming days, some of the revelations that will come out will even break your back. You understand? So there is seemingly no mutual respect between the Black Stars, between the management committee, and there is a disconnect between all of those faces. Number three, the politics in this Black Stars is unparalleled. Absolutely unparalleled. Absolutely unparalleled. He has informed, yes, I mean, there's always been a lot of politicking in the Black Stars, regards who gets to play for the Black Stars. But the level of politics and the level of pettiness in this Black Stars team, absolutely unparalleled. And for me, we have grown prima donnas where there should be no prima donnas. I say this with a heavy heart, but I think that people in the team have no business being in the team again. You understand? Some people in the team have no business being part of that team again. And I blame the technical people, I blame the administrative figures, I blame the handlers of the Black Stars, and I think that we need to come to that realization that it is not enough to have talent. If you have a group of talented players who are not prepared to work together and keep their attitude highest and keep their discipline highest, then obviously, I mean, we saw the Algerians against the Mauritanians yesterday. You understand? So we need to go back to the basics. We need to realize that we are down the pecking order when it comes to African football today. We need to realize that it is not enough to have all of these talented players. The core responsibilities, the core functions of the team, the things that makes a team right, we need to get to that realization. And until then, we are going to keep having this discussion.
You couldn't have said it better. And to add up to what you are saying, you see, there is something that we are not realizing. We have made it look like the success that we chalked over the years were just by default. We talk of how we won the Afcon back to back in 63 and 65, forgetting that it was a grand scheme by our first president to deliberately send what you call the CKGMP to go to Hungary and Germany to go and learn coaching. And they took these players through. So 63, 65, it was rather unfortunate that by 66, our president was overthrown. So we couldn't go to the World Cup. We could have done very well in the World Cup. It was a grand scheme. 78, 82, when we were able to win. In fact, even the 82, as at the time we were going, there was a coup in Ghana. But there was a crop of players who had been in the fold. You saw CKGMC coming into the fold, and we had this, it was a plan. From that time up until when Ben Kofi became president, of course, we were not winning the Afcon, but even through the time of Abedi Pele, we know we would go to the final, we were still relevant. And when Ben Kofi became president, he decided to put up this 5-year plan. And this 5-year plan was when he actually decided that all those who decided to come into the team under 20 and 17 with wrong ages, he had to take them off. So with the Muntaris, the Asian, and this thing was not first realized, but it was this crop of players that qualified us to the first World Cup. From 2006, it even became as if World Cup became our our birthright. 2006, 2010, 2014. We ripped on these players for about 8 years. It's even translated into we winning 2008 and 2009 under 20. So this thing was consistent over time. So all of these players in this that era started fading off. And the last one had to be Asamoah. Now since then, after whatever happened after 2014 and all of those brouhaha, the Black Stars became a private enterprise, and it became a mafia grand scheme for money to be looted. It is not as if in 2006 and 2010, Black Stars, they were not earning all of those large amounts. No. But we could get the words for the money, so nobody cared. Nobody absolutely cared. And it wasn't as if they were not paying winning bonuses. Nobody should lie to you that winning bonuses just started recently. It was there. But because of what they did, nobody was bothered about whatever winning bonuses were. But in this era, it would surprise you that if this bunch of players had won, everyone would have won $30,000.
No, but I hear the money was paid into the account a day before the game.
That is what, see, I think, I'm sure we will count all of those things. You go to a tournament and you are asked of a budget, and you tell the public that because of a whole lot of issues, when we come back, okay, I probably am not a business person, you are a business person. What I know is that a budget is what you are here to spend. So when you spend it and you come back, it's more like an expenditure. But this is what we were told. Now, the issues are so many that if you want to tackle them, you don't even know where to start from. But what I want every Ghanaian to understand is that the ousting of the coach is about a thousand of our issues. People think that it's the coach. When this administration came on, we've had 4 coaches. Kwesi Appiah, Siki Akono, Otto Addo, who we said was the worst. After him, we've had Chris Hughton coming. We've ousted a coach after every tournament. Even Siki Akono, he didn't even get a chance to go to a tournament. He was out so early. We put all of these issues aside. Now, in 2015, we met two teams in a group. That was Senegal and Algeria. By then, Senegal had come to an all-time low in their what do you call it, in their football. So was Algeria. That was when we had Asamoah coming in the last match and scoring that goal. That is that long loop ball from Wakaso. We won in that group. We eventually went to the final, and Senegal and Algeria could not qualify. Then they started their project. Senegal started this project with Sadio Mane, Sheku Kouyaté, and one other player, and Idris Gana again. They were the last 3. They sacked every other player from the team. And instead of giving it to a foreign coach, they gave it to Aliou Cisse, start a project. So did Algeria. Almost all of those big players were sacked. And they started with the lives of Riyad Mahrez and his cohort, Islam Slimani. The 2017, by then, Algeria was also sprouting. They went to the Afcon again. Cameroon, Senegal and Algeria could not win, but they progressed from the group. By 2019, that project that Algeria started had matured. They won. 2 years later, that of Senegal too had matured. They won. And they both were able to, Senegal even progressed and went to the World Cup. They were able to win it for the first time. And the Ghana that actually progressed from the group, that was even able to eliminate these two, have rather retrograded so much so that they could not even progress from their group past 2 Afcons. The issue has never ever been the coach. Of course, we know that we were going to a tournament without the coach. Let's put that aside. But with the whole issue surrounding the team, we are about to have an Afcon in Ghana, a sub-Saharan Africa that reigns. And we tell ourselves that because we want some sort of secrecy in the team, we are sending our camping to South Africa. South Africa. When that time, South Africa, it is winter. Namibia, that is a neighbor of South Africa, brought the camp to Ghana. Algeria brought the camp to Togo. And from what I heard, it was actually an ex-Black Stars defender who walked to the Jubilee House and told the president that, Massa, the issues in this country already, people, in fact, the country is almost polarized.
Temperature is high.
Temperature is high. Why do you send it? So he actually told him point blank that already your party is not, this is from sources I hear, your party is so polarized that if you send it there, in fact, temperatures would exceed. So it was on 27th of December. That's what I heard. Then orders came, as usual, order from above. Then they had to change everything and put everything here. And from then, we've had issues of complaining that whatever was bad, their situations, even the road they were on was bad. Meanwhile, you were in an air-conditioned bus. And we go to a tournament from day one. We've been changing the first 11. So, in fact, I want you to give the closing remarks. You say what you want to say because I am out of words.
No, the point is that I think that we all need to come to the realization that something needs to give.
What do you think
And
needs to be done?
well, I think that this is high time that government needs to step its foot
And
down.
dissolve like good like Jonathan
No,
did in
not
2010.
really dissolve, not really dissolve, because the issues are simple. Governments, governments in third world or developing countries have a huge say in how football in their countries is managed. You understand? But looks like what has become the picture is that some elements of government have seemingly been in bed
Yeah,
with
yeah,
elements of the FA.
yeah.
So there's a grand compromise. You understand? So what government needs to do is to start stepping its foot down, be clear with the FA on what the terms and agreements should be. And I think that if we truly want to go back to where we used to be, we need to go back to the subject about developing football from the grassroots.
That's what
And
this FA president said he was going to do.
I sometimes I don't want to talk about Kurt because the more I
You
think
mentioned
about
his
him, the
name.
more scandalized I am. You understand? Because I looked at Kurt before he became FA president. I looked at his
He looked
job
like
he
a
had.
football lecturer.
I look at the job he had done with Dreams FC, the model he had built. In my heart, I thought that this was the perfect FA president for this time. But sadly, he's been anti everything I perceived of him. And so I, I honestly think that we need to go back to the basics. There needs to be a grand inquisition into what has happened and has led us to this point. And I think that we need to realize that we are no longer a superpower. It is the first step. We are
You're not even a
not.
power.
No, the point is that Mozambique is not scared of you.
Mozambique.
I mean,
In fact, the coach told us that he knows we are destabilized.
Mozambique is not scared of
You
you.
could laugh at us in
So
a
so so
post-match
so
interview.
so the issues with the Black Stars, I wanted this disaster to happen. I honestly
Of course,
no, I always wanted this disaster to happen. I didn't want us to progress beyond the group stage because it would have given us that false sense of hope again. But I am glad that this disaster has happened. We need to take the bull by the horn. The government needs to step its foot down. Government needs to hold up to its responsibilities. Whichever facilities need to be developed ought to be developed. You understand? Whichever conversation has to be held between the sports ministry and the FA has to be held. There needs to be clearly defined lines. You
Coach has
understand?
been sacked.
And
What's next?
I mean, Chris was never a good coach,
Of course.
but I mean the issues like you have said are beyond the coach. So hopefully we get to do well. I do not know what guys watching us think about the Black Stars, the grand fall of the Black Stars in this year's Afcon. I think that it's been embarrassing and embarrassing and embarrassing the more. I don't know what you think at home, but whatever you think, you can visit our YouTube page, Sports 101. Visit our YouTube page. You can add your comments. You can join the conversation in there. You can also extend the conversation out of this space and have conversations with your friends. But more importantly, comment, like, and share. Percy, where are we shooting from?
We are shooting from the Shocks Hub inside the Takrady Mall. It's a nice place. The Afcon is ongoing. Ghana is out, but hey, it still goes on. You can come and watch your matches here. There is snooker here. There's nice food and nice place. And you are anywhere near Takrady or you visit, try and pass by and Shocks Hub, and you would really enjoy. They are actually the place that they give us these premises to actually shoot, and it's a nice place. So we'll be giving you more of this. It's not Ghana is out. Don't think that as because Ghana is out, we wouldn't be giving you content on football and other sporting disciplines. So watch out. We'll be posting more of our upcoming programs in the coming days. Thank you.